Whoever you are and whatever you do at your airport, you all have one thing in common. You work at a potential target. Airports are unique locations. They are our gateways between nations, designed to handle large numbers of people as they move to and from their flights. To us, it's our place of work. For travellers, it could be the start of their holiday, or the last stop on their journey home. But to a terrorist, an airport is something entirely different. Weak security at an airport represents an opportunity to damage, to hurt, to kill innocent civilians. This film will show us how to remain vigilant at all times, because the threat can come from anywhere, and terrorists can be anyone, any gender, any age, any ethnicity, or any nationality. To a terrorist, an airport and the aircraft found there can be their best chance of causing mass casualties with a single incident. In an environment where lots of people carry items of luggage with them, there is a high risk that firearms, explosives, or other threats could be concealed. What's more, airports are high-profile locations, so any incident caused by terrorism is likely to lead to significant loss of life. But it can also cause operational disruption and financial and reputational damage. Terrorists don't always have to come through the entrance. This could be hijackers intent on taking over an aircraft, or plotting to detonate a bomb on their person or in a vehicle, or simply using that vehicle itself as a weapon. The only thing standing in the way of these threats to the airport is our security. And critical to that security is you. An airport on a typical weekday afternoon. Not too busy, not too quiet. Did you spot it? Let's watch it again. A woman is loitering a few steps away from the ticket barriers. Waiting for the right opportunity, she finds it, and tailgates an unaware passenger through the security gates. With no ticket, we don't know who she is or what she intends to do. You may not have spotted it. In this real-life incident, the security team on the ground missed it too. Nor was it seen in the CCTV control room. Even the alarm barriers didn't sound on this occasion. Only this individual spotted it, an airport sales assistant returning from her lunch break. Immediately, she informed security of what she saw, and within moments, the tailgater was stopped and questioned. There is no such thing as being 100% secure. No matter how many layers of security, there is always a chance that any or all of them could fail. That's why security is not just the concern of those in charge of our security controls. It's everyone's responsibility. You have a unique opportunity. Your role at the airport will give you a privileged observation point, and your experience will leave you with an intuitive understanding of what normal looks like around you. You will know how people move through a crowded place, how they typically dress, how they tend to behave. All of this is vital. It's only by knowing what's ordinary that you can spot what's out of the ordinary. Behaviour so subtly unusual that most others wouldn't notice it. Like someone spending an unusually long time in a particular place, or paying too much attention to their surroundings, particularly secure areas. They might be making notes of what they observe, pacing to take measurements of the facility, or filming and taking pictures. They might be avoiding eye contact or social interaction, looking fearful or overly agitated, wearing clothing that seems out of place or appearing in different areas outside of a usual journey or work pattern. You might have nothing more than just a feeling that something isn't right, but sometimes that's all it takes. It's not just recognizing when someone is out of place, it can be something too. You will know what should be around you, so you will know what looks unusual or out of place. All of this is vital in the fight against those intending to harm us, because security is everyone's responsibility. Vigilance will spot a threat, and once you've spotted it, we can stop it. So, you have spotted a suspicious person or item. What next? If you see anyone acting suspiciously, immediately report it to security staff or the police using local reporting procedures. Even if you aren't sure, report it. Trust your instincts. Often, if something doesn't feel right, it isn't. If you hear a threat being made or people speaking about aviation security, these all need to be reported. If someone has reported a suspicion to you, record it accurately. Thank them for taking the time to report the issue and reassure them that action will be taken. Now you should report it to the police or security staff. With suspicious items or vehicles, whether they're attended or not, don't touch them. Just follow local reporting procedures. You must wear your ID at all times in restricted areas. Airport identification cards carry all the information needed to determine whether it's valid or not. Pictures, job titles, access authorization through colour or number zoning, expiry dates, and anything else your local procedures have put in place. Some airports have electronic readers in place, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't manually check ID cards as well. A baggage handler in a secure area notices someone he doesn't recognise and doesn't see his pass. He challenges them, asking politely to see their airport identification card. The photo matches the carrier's face. The colour of the card and the area code are correct. The job role appears correct, but the card has expired. He calls security to investigate further. This is the process, and it's there for a reason. The rules must be respected. Always challenge when you believe a security protocol is not being followed, even if that means challenging a superior. The rules apply to everyone. There's another defence that we can use against threats, one you might not expect, but that we're all capable of: communication. In today's increasingly impersonal world, it's become normal for people not to talk to each other. Terrorists use this anonymity to their advantage, blending into their surroundings without fear of being challenged. An environment where people constantly communicate is a deterrent. It makes things unpredictable for terrorists. When colleagues routinely acknowledge each other, even something as simple as a nod, it makes it easier to detect behaviour that is out of the ordinary. With the public, the simple act of initiating conversation with someone, asking if you can help them, or politely inquiring how they are or where they are travelling to, can act as a powerful deterrent to aggressors hoping to remain anonymous. If they have something to hide, it can provoke them into acting suspiciously. So far, we have mostly looked at threats from outside the airport. But there is another threat to be aware of, one much closer to home. The same things that make you an asset to security could also make you a potential asset to a terrorist. You have had special training that others haven't. You can access areas that others can't. You have knowledge that others don't, but might want. You work with your colleagues day in and day out. Over time, you've grown to know them, their personalities, the things they do, the way they act. And it's why you are in a unique position to be able to notice in them the kinds of behaviours and situations common amongst insider threat. For the same reasons, your colleagues may also pose a threat, perhaps unintentionally, or maybe even intentionally. Look for changes in the behaviour of colleagues, in their personality, lifestyle, or unusual workplace behaviour. There may be many legitimate reasons why they may be acting differently, but do report unusual behaviour of colleagues to your supervisor or line manager, who can look into the matter. Civil aviation is a highly regulated industry, subject to rigorous international agreements on security standards and practices that apply to all states. The reason for this is simple. Civil aviation is a target. There are individuals out there who pose a threat to it and to your airport, but there are things we can do to stop them by developing a good security culture. 1. Never assume that security is someone else's responsibility. It's all of ours, because an attack can happen at any moment and could affect any of us, and the warning signs could be missed by some or all of your colleagues. 2. Follow your workplace security policies, instructions and your training at all times. These have been put in place for a reason and apply to everyone. Challenge anyone who gives you concerns, even your seniors and colleagues you see every day. 3. Remember that your knowledge and your experience are an invaluable resource in our defense against those who pose a threat to us. Trust your instincts and stay vigilant. Whoever you are and whatever you do, you are our best asset in detecting suspicious behaviour. Your actions and your instincts could make all the difference the next time your airport is threatened. Will you be ready?